Trump, he announced that he's imposing 10% tariffs starting February 1st on Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Netherlands, Norway, Sweden, and the UK, with those all increasing to 25% if the US isn't allowed to purchase Greenland by June 1st.
World peace is at stake. China and Russia want Greenland, and there is not a thing that Denmark can do about it. They currently have 2 dog sleds as protection, one added recently.
Macron suggested it's technically called the anti-coercion instrument,
but
it's known as the trade bazooka. You don't hear about bazookas anymore, man.
You really don't.
Oh, and by the way, this trade bazooka was originally designed for China, not for allies.
Yeah, because that's the weirdest thing. We're doing this to our allies. All these things Trump is complaining about, NATO, the UN, where we basically have veto power over everything except for maybe a few minor things. If you just told Greenland, hey, we need to station some people there, it'd be like, okay, sure, whatever.
Can we add a couple dog sleds to the group? The dogs like to play with the soldiers.
Okay. Did you see that guy Steven Flo?
Yeah. Yeah, I've been on the internet, bro.
Not everyone's seen Steven Flo.
Unbelievable.
Not everyone's seen Steven Flo.
Oh, man, folks. Welcome back. It's going to be a heck of a week. Boy, it's the longest short week of the week, huh? Of the year, of all time.
We've had some weeks here. This is, what are we, 3 weeks into the new year?
We are
just about 3 weeks into the new year.
We are 3 weeks. This is the 3rd week. Actually, technically, it's the 4th because January 1st started
20th.
on a Thursday.
It's the 20th.
Club going up on a Tuesday.
With Nick Fuentes in it.
Nick Fuentes.
And they're playing his favorite song.
That's going to be in the bonus.
We'll talk about it.
It's going to be a great bonus. We got so much to get to. We're going to be talking about Clavicular and Sneeko and Nicholas Fuentes and
all of Ben's favorite guys.
All of my favorite guys. I have posters of them in my bedroom. Alex Honnold's climb. We're gonna make.
He was texting me going, "Wouldn't it be so cool to be in this club right now?"
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, "Wouldn't it be so cool if Alex Honnold fell?" No, because that wouldn't be, and he's not gonna.
Do you think they would cut away real quick? We'll talk about it.
That's a good question. And then Russia's got a bunch of snow, and that's kind of fun. Like dangerous amount. Like
way more than you would think.
It looks fake.
Think about a lot of snow. It's more than that.
It's more than that.
Think about too much snow.
Yeah, and then double that. Maybe triple it. Hey, just as a reminder, if you go to thecreditcardlist.com, which is our website just for you, our curated list of credit cards, there's some pretty sweet cards you ought to get. You cash back freaks, you got the Chase Freedom Unlimited thing, and that's got a killer cashback thing.
1.5% on everything. I think
everybody do be asking.
Stuff. I got the Chase Freedom.
I have it too.
And it's unlocked a new freedom for me, which is going to the pharmacy and getting all kinds of bonuses.
The pharmacy?
They have weird bonus multiple
bonus. By the way, I am not going to be renewing my... I'll talk about it in the bonus about the new built card, by the way.
The 2.0?
Yeah, 2.0. 2. Big question mark, but we'll get to that. And please go check out our respective individual new shows.
There will be links in the description.
But what's the name?
Last Chance to See.
And mine's Cinnamon. Like cinema, but men. Because we're men. Anyway, I was going to say Green Day.
Green Day's back.
Green Day is back.
Billy Joe Armstrong and Trey Cool.
Whoa, I forgot the bass player's name. Holy shit. Mike Dirnt.
Mike Dirnt. I'm getting dirty.
They're wearing so much eye black now and eye makeup. They're being accused of doing blackface. So that's a big... Those are some shenanigans.
We got a fun one for you guys. We really do.
I'm just trying to delay the inevitable.
I figured it out. We've had this problem. The news has become a weird thing where it's getting difficult to make it funny. But I got it now. All you have to do
is imagine them all naked.
Pretend you're Chinese, and this all becomes very funny.
Yeah, Chinese or North Korean or
sure
Russian or any.
Because a lot of people are like, "This isn't funny," and it's like, it is.
It
just
actually
not
is
to
pretty
you.
funny. Yeah. So yeah, in this episode, we're going to be diving into everything you need to know about Greenland and what's going on with that. And even before, like up to the minute of us recording today, there's been all sorts of stuff coming out.
Oh, it's all because Davos is going on. It's like there's a new statement like every 15 minutes.
Yeah. So we are going to try to.
We might even do a little. We'll insert somewhere Donald Trump's.
God damn, dude!
He's going to say something loopy.
Hour-long press conference today. He did you see any of that?
The one where he's talking about like
I could have been a baseball player.
And
I was
my
very
mom
good.
said to me, "You could be a baseball player, son." And I said, "Thanks, Mom." He's on Joe Biden level. It's kind of crazy that we're going back to back, watching the nation's leader disintegrate into dust right before our very eyes.
But his heart and his entire vascular system is just
it just keeps chugging.
It's like an old Toyota, or an old Volvo. It just, no matter how many cold starts you put that thing through, it will turn and it'll kick and fuck. God damn, man. So and the market tanked today.
It finally happened.
Yeah, kinda. And I was very.
When I say finally happened, I mean it finally wasn't priced in. It finally made a move.
Yeah, it was a bit of a.
Investors finally went, I don't know about all this.
Yeah, it was a bit of an African American swan that we had going. And shout out to the Trader Treehouse. Me and the crew in the Treehouse been killing it. So for the this has been the best first few weeks of the year I've ever had.
Oh, yes.
And today was no exception. That was nice. But yeah, man, this Greenland shit is a lot's going to be coming out over the next few days, and I don't even know how to make a coherent, cogent prediction anymore, because sometimes I'm like, Trump has totally lost his mind, and then sometimes I'm like, he always wins. So maybe there's a way that this will all work out. But then I've got this 10%. There's like a Kalshi poly market odds going on in my head. And it's like 10% chance that this could all end very badly.
I think he's racking up short-term wins, but the long-term effects of this are going to be disastrous. I mean, as you've seen, Mark Carney in Canada has made a strategic partnership with China.
That was a scathing speech. We'll get to that.
Oh, I mean, it's worth it. We're obviously not going to put it all in here, but go watch his entire speech just talking about what does he say? We're not in a transition. We're witnessing a rupture in the rules-based order, which he even admits that, like, look, it was always a joke. It was, it favored the West. We never actually held up international law. But you know what?
A lot of rhetoric.
The getting was good because America opened up a lot of trade lines for us and all this stuff. But like, the bargain's not worth it anymore. And you're seeing other people talk about it. I think Macron was talking about.
Macron. Did you see the sunglasses he was wearing?
What's the deal with that?
It might have been because the lights are bright.
Okay, Mark Carney seemed fine to get out in front of the lights.
So maybe it was Macron.
No, it wasn't, because then I saw him. I think he was actually Mark Carney and Macron in some back room, like shaking hands with each other. He had the sunglasses on.
Oh, wow. Maybe he just thought it was like, I'm going to be cool and funny. Farted in his face, in his eyes, and he got pink eye?
I was thinking hit him or something.
I was thinking farted in his face and he got pink eye.
No, I know, because you just said it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I would like an answer. I feel like if you're going to go full aviator sunglasses,
where's the leather jacket?
On a large world stage, you have to say, this is because my wife farted in my face and I think or you have to
Oops,
explain.
I wasn't supposed to say that part.
You can't just show up.
Yeah. Well, so let's give you a quick recap of how we got here and what's going on. So this last Saturday, Trump because of this whole Greenland thing and because he's not getting his way. He announced that he's imposing 10% tariffs starting February 1st on Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Netherlands, Norway, Sweden, and the UK, with those all increasing to 25% if the U.S. isn't allowed to purchase Greenland by June 1st.
Also, they're so long and there are so many that get attention, but I feel like we got to read just a little bit of this truth where he's announcing the tariffs, because it's just shocking to see. It's just shocking to see the president. So he starts, we have subsidized Denmark and all of the countries of the European Union and others for many years by not charging them tariffs or any other forms of remuneration. Now, after centuries, it is time for Denmark to give back. World peace is at stake. China and Russia want Greenland, and there is not a thing that Denmark can do about it. They currently have 2 dog sleds as protection, one added recently. All of these,
man.
The reason I always see the truths is because they end up on Twitter.
Of course.
And I always go, there's no way.
It's real,
just cannot. So I have to go to truth.
Yeah.
It's like, and we're going to get to the letter. The letter was the same thing. I mean, I saw it confirmed in the Atlantic and the New York Times.
Well, I saw
and I was like, there's no way. That did not happen.
The politician over there himself, the Norway PM, confirmed it on his own website. But go on.
Only the United States of America under President Donald J. Trump can play in this game, and very successfully at that. Nobody will touch this sacred piece of land, especially since the national security of the United States and the world at large is at stake. On top of everything else, Denmark, Norway, Sweden, France, Germany, the United Kingdom, the Netherlands, and Finland have journeyed to Greenland for purposes unknown. That's why he's doing it, because those are the countries that have sent troops to Greenland in a recent buildup after Trump has pushed all these threats, which is the right move. And Mark Carney himself also said, if Trump wants to play this game, we're NATO allies. That's what we're supposed to do if there's aggression. They're playing a dangerous game. They put a level of risk in play that is not tenable or sustainable. Therefore, it's imperative that in order to protect global peace and security, strong measures must be taken. It goes on for so long. This guy is just so nuts. I love that dog sled line, though.
I know, me too. He's said it in press conferences as well. So then on Sunday, the European Union had this emergency meeting, and Macron suggested what you guys will probably already be reading about and hearing about. It's technically called the anti-coercion instrument,
but
it's known as the trade bazooka. You don't hear about bazookas anymore, man.
You really don't.
The bazooka used to be an integral weapon in make-believe and army guy
once someone pulled out a bazooka, I was like, well, shit, I didn't know.
Is that even a viable, what would you even call that? A shoulder-mounted rocket launcher? Like a rocket launcher has taken the toll or the place of bazooka. Hey, everybody. We want to take a quick break to talk to you about something very, very important, and that's life insurance. Because, as someone who's had to deal with this stuff before, life insurance is a godsend and very, very necessary. And I know every year I'm like, I gotta do that. It's so easy. You can't be procrastinating and be putting off the important stuff, especially if you got kids, especially if you got a spouse.
And there's no better time to do it. It's the new year. Okay,
it's the new year, man.
Get that stuff done that you said you were gonna do.
It's exactly right.
Fabric by Gerber Life is term life insurance you can get done today, okay? It's made for busy parents like you, all online, on your schedule, right from your couch. You could be covered in under 10 minutes with no health exam required.
That's massive, man. Right? So if you got kids, and especially if you're young and healthy, now's the time to do it so you can lock in low rates, You don't want to do it later when you're older and it's and you it might be harder. Even if you already have life insurance through your employer, it may not offer enough protection for your family, and it may not follow you if you leave your job. But with Fabric, you've got flexible, high-quality policies that fit your family and your budget, like $1 million in coverage for less than $1 a day.
And
that's huge, baby.
There's no risk. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and you can cancel at any time. Okay, they have over 1,900 five-star reviews on Trustpilot with a rating of excellent. They also have free digital wills, tools to invest in your kids' future, and more, all right from your phone. So get started with them.
Join the thousands of parents who trust Fabric to help protect their family. Apply today in just minutes at meetfabric.com/bays. That's meetfabric.com/bays. MEET fabric.com/bays. Policies issued by Western Southern Life Assurance Company, not available in certain states. Prices subject to underwriting and health questions. But anyway, this trade bazooka is essentially, it would be a whole catch-all. It's blocking United States access to EU markets, export controls, company licenses, U.S. Tax. They would tax U.S. services. There's,
getting companies all
tech,
kinds of jammed up in regulations.
Yeah, crypto, agriculture, all that stuff. And
basically, they just get to inflict economic pain on
well,
the
not
US.
only that, but the European Union holds the most United States assets anywhere in the world.
Which they're now talking about, I believe,
liquidating.
It was
Potentially.
Denmark is already talking about liquidating their...
Yeah, that's a small fund. It's like a pensioners kind of fund. And I believe it was $100 billion worth of treasuries.
Yeah.
It is a lot, but it's a drop in the bucket considering the size of the U.S. Treasuries market. But the EU has $8 trillion worth of bonds and equities that they could start to, if they dump those bonds,
which I think that's just a signaling like, hey, we're serious about this.
Yes,
this is
exactly.
Not,
they're also considering about $108 billion worth of retaliatory tariffs that were previously delayed since last July's tentative agreement that we came to with them. Oh, and by the way, this trade bazooka was originally designed for China, not for allies.
Yeah, because that's the fucking weirdest thing. We're doing this to our allies. The whole thing doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
I mean, we're going to get to that, but I mean, we were trying to figure out, we're like, okay, realistically, why do we even want that? We have everything we want.
Yeah.
That's what's so strange. We've done America, whether or not you like it or not.
We won.
And set up the world in a way where we basically dominated the world. All of these things all these things Trump is complaining about, NATO, the UN, where we basically have veto power over everything except for maybe a few minor things. This is us controlling the world. You want access to Greenland? You have it. We have military bases there, military installations. I imagine if you just told Greenland, hey, we need to station some people there, it'd be like, okay, sure, whatever.
Can we add a couple dog sleds to the group? The dogs like to play with the soldiers.
But like all of these things, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. The really IMF, doesn't. The World Bank, all of these things we created.
I think that partly to blame is Stephen Miller. I think that he's the little goblin whispering in Trump's ear. And now that Stephen Miller legitimately has a lot more power and influence, his fantasies that he's probably had since he was a high schooler about what he would do if he were the president of the fucking world is coming to it's all coming to fruition. Where he's like, no, we can do whatever we want. We're America, goddammit, and we've got to be. We're no longer respected in the world, and blah 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 blah. And now he's having his way. I wish someone would.
Imagine just one bazooka for that guy.
God, dude, can you imagine putting a bazooka straight to the back of that dome?
Stephen Miller, you are sentenced to death by bazooka.
Yeah, dude. RoboCop shoots his dick off. I am RoboCop. You are under arrest, and he's trying to citizen. Let me see your license, and he's like, "Oh shit, I'm Stephen Miller. I'm part of the government," and it doesn't compute because he's too nervous. And RoboCop just blasts his dick off.
RoboCop feared for his life,
dude,
and he has full immunity.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be the sweet irony is we've got this RoboCop and he's gonna execute every criminal and he's got full immunity, and then late one night he finds himself at the wrong place at the wrong time and gets his dick blown off.
Sorry, Stephen Miller.
So then Sunday, later Sunday, the Norway Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Støre sent a message to Trump to talk global security, and the message was signed Alex and Jonas. Alex is the Finnish president. Shout out to him because I am Finnish. And
you
Trump,
are?
Yeah, I got some Finnish in me. I also got some beginning too. and some middle. And so,
Doubling down.
Trump responded less than 30 minutes later, and let's read Trump's response first.
Wait, do we have his
Who, Jonas?
Yeah, do we have his message? It's fine if not.
I have his response after this. It was basically a plea to like, hey, let's work things out.
It's very funny with the
It's okay. Here, go back to this. So this was Trump's, and by the way, these are like, I believe some of these, because Trump ended up posting actual screenshots of text messages.
Yeah, from all kinds of leaders.
Which is
Macron,
such a...
Mark Gutt, I'm saying all these names wrong. I don't care.
It's fine.
The head of NATO, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, just posting them straight on
He's just acting like a fucking teenager in 2013.
But it does not make
Look at what they said. Just,
It does not make them, I mean, the appeasement that is going on.
Yeah. Well, so Trump responded, "Dear Jonas, considering your country decided not to give me the Nobel Peace Prize for having stopped 8 wars plus, I no longer feel an obligation to think purely of peace, although it will always be predominant, but can now think about what is good and proper for the United States of America. Denmark cannot protect that land from Russia or China. And why do they have a right of ownership anyway? There are no written documents. It's only that a boat landed there hundreds of years ago, but we had boats landing there also. I have done more for NATO than any other person since its founding, and now NATO should do something for the United States. The world is not secure unless we have complete and total control of Greenland. Thank you, President DJT." And then everybody was like, what the fuck is this? And then sure enough,
this one took me so long.
Jonas confirmed it.
I just could not believe it. I know, and there were so many MAGA people who, when it was first being put on Twitter, were going, "Wow, you guys will really fucking believe anything." And then truly, it's like an hour later, it's verified all across the board, and the same people are just going, "I stand by this. This is exactly what we want out of a leader."
Oh, they're fucking spineless, dude. I was checking in, as I do. I was channel checking some of the biggest conservative right-wing influencers to see what they're saying about this, and they're not talking about it at all. Their directive, you can tell, is just to keep the focus on illegal immigration and keep the focus on the crazy leftists who are fucking blowing whistles at ICE agents and shit. But anyway, Prime Minister Jonas Gahr Store said, "I can confirm that this text message that I received yesterday I can confirm that this is a text message that I received yesterday afternoon from Trump. It came in response to a message that I sent earlier. In our message, we conveyed our opposition to his announced tariff increases against Norway, Finland, and select other countries. We pointed to the need to de-escalate and proposed a telephone conversation between all of us the same day. The response from Trump came shortly after the message was sent, and then he reiterated, Norway's position on Greenland is clear. Greenland is part of the Kingdom of Denmark, and Norway fully supports the Kingdom of Denmark on this matter. We also support that NATO is, in a responsible way, is taking steps to strengthen security and stability in the Arctic. As regards the Nobel Peace Prize, I have clearly explained, including to President Trump, what is well known. The prize is awarded by an independent Nobel committee and not the Norwegian government, said the Prime Minister. What a fucking schmuck-ass joke this man is. Well, you didn't give me the big Peace Prize, which is bullshit, by the way, and I didn't even want it. But the fact that you didn't give it to me, I'm pissed at you.
I was saying to you that it feels like in Trump 1, there was so much hysteria, and it felt like Rachel Maddow would say these things where you go, okay, come on, he probably didn't do that. But Trump 2 is him basically just admitting to these
everything.
Yeah, just being like, no, I want Greenland because you guys didn't give it to me. I'm not going to negotiate because you guys did not give it to me.
You didn't give me the Peace Prize. And then in the most, because, these guys, this whole thing has been, snowflakes and participation trophies and shit. And in perhaps the biggest.
You know why, though? It's because Obama got one. It's
of
fully
course,
because he's never getting over.
The black one got one. So I'm going to need one to cancel his out.
He's never getting over Obama.
No, he really isn't. Goddamn, dude.
Hey guys, we got to take a quick break to talk about Factor. We're talking to you. We're talking to everyone who said, in the new year, I'm finally doing it. I'm eating healthy. I'm eating right. But you found yourself going, shoot, it's the new year, but I still have no time. It's still too hard. Well, we got something for you, okay?
Yeah.
You want to eat better, but you have zero time and zero energy to make it happen? Factor doesn't ask you to meal prep or follow recipes. It just removes the entire problem. 2 minutes, real food, done.
Yeah, man. Sometimes I do be getting home from the gym or after recording, and I'm like, I just don't have time. I don't have the energy. Wrong. Well, true, yes, but with Factor, wrong. With lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole food ingredients, healthy fats, the stuff you'd make if you had the time. No refined sugars, no artificial sweeteners, no refined seed oils. 100 rotating meals every week, high protein, calorie smart, Mediterranean, GLP-1 support, ready to eat salads. They got something for everybody, man. You pick what fits your goals: healthier eating, calorie management, more protein, whatever you're actually trying to do. Me, I like the keto stuff, anything with chicken, because I'm trying to avoid red meat, and a little bit of fish. Always fresh, never frozen, ready in 2 minutes, no prep, no cleanup, no mental load. What else do you
Just
possibly
look at Ben's body. You know the guy's been getting absolutely yoked. That body by Factor. What else do you need
Body
to know?
by Factor.
Head to factormeals.com/Bays50 off and use code Bays50 off to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast. Free breakfast for 1 year.
That's insane.
Offer only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthier eating easy with Factor. So he needs to get his. Just give it. Didn't Machado already give him?
Machado? Oh yeah, she did. The part, that's what I was getting at.
You have it.
The biggest participation trophy stunt in all of mankind was her being like, "Here it is. Here I'm giving it to you," as if it has any. That'd be like me not even being in a jiu-jitsu championship and being like, "Man, I should have," or getting knocked out in like the 10th round. Or the early round, and me being a big, I'm a rich boy, and I'm like, man, if they don't give that prize to me because I deserve it, I'm gonna fucking cut funding to this whole jujitsu fucking contest. And then the winner is some guy who got it and deserved it or whatever. And then is like, okay, I'm going to give it to you, rich boy.
No, it'd be more like if you kidnapped one of the other participants who had also gone out early for some reason. And you're like, it's because you guys didn't give this to me. And then you grabbed another guy. And
years ago, they gave it to a black guy. And you're like, that fucking pisses me off. Black guys getting peace awards. So then,
which to be fair, Obama did not deserve it. He got it like very soon into his.
Oh yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. Who gives a rat fuck, dude? I don't care about the Nobel Peace Prize, dude. Shut up about that Peace Prize. It should be. We got to change it for the times. Make it the most. I don't know what's the word that kids use nowadays. Dank.
Dank.
Yeah, what's the coolest word? Like,
are you describing a basement?
The chill award. help me, come on.
Something cool?
What's something that like clavicular would use to describe the based award?
Oh, sure. That's what Trump
That's what he wants. We should just create a new thing called the Based Awards, and it'll be the first annual one. And for the first 5 years, we just already automatically, Trump, you've won the first 5 Based Awards. Can you believe it, sir? And he'd be like, wow, I can't, it's the first time hearing about it. It's an honor to be based. And that reminds me of baseball. They said I could have been as good as Babe Ruth. It's a good candy bar.
They said I could have been as good as Babe Ruth.
Yeah. But not Hank Aaron because he was a black one. So backing up a wee bit, last week we had some Danish foreign... Man, now I want a Danish.
I'm not going to say no.
What's in that? Cheese and like it's like a little strudel, right? A little fruity strudel.
I guess.
Jesus Christ. I haven't done that in a while. Yeah, cheese Danish, yeah. So these foreign ministers met at the White House, and one of them, Vivian Motzfeldt, said Greenland does not want to be owned by, governed by, or part of the United States. We choose the Greenland we know today as part of the Kingdom of Denmark. By the way, did you see that Greenland was the biggest protest in their entire history.
Yeah, there's thousands of people, which is crazy.
There's 57,000 people live there.
Right. So, I mean, if you get 5,000 people out, you've somehow gotten
10%
of the population out there.
85% of these residents reject the idea of being bought. I also didn't know this. They're the world's largest island.
Yeah.
How does that work?
They just have the large landmass.
What about Australia?
It's larger.
That fucks with my head.
Why?
I thought that Denmark was smaller than
You just have an
Mercator projection?
Australia-centric worldview because you're a Wallaweeb. You vastly overestimate Australia's impact on the world.
You know how if you have just like a sphere, I'm
familiar with spheres.
Did you say you are or aren't?
I'm familiar.
Yeah. Let's say you've got just an orb, if you will.
Sure, I've got an orb.
You do?
I got it in Mexico, and it keeps
Is it glass
keeps spirits out of my house.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, man.
It is cool.
There's no real top, bottom, side. Anything, depending on your point of reference, can be the top or the side or whatever.
Sure, flip the map upside down. See what I care. It's still the globe.
That messes me up when I think about Australia or like the Arctic, because when I think about the United States, I'm like, oh yeah, we're right in the middle of the fucking globe, because there it is on the Mercator projection on the map. And when you see the way that globes are oriented in classrooms, etc., it's right there in the middle-ish. And on the bottom is Australia. But it's just a globe, baby.
You want Australia on the top.
Not even that, but I wonder how Australians think of it. Are they like, no, we're in the center, and like their perspective of the United States? Because like I
have to imagine as that they probably identify with the West, and I'm sure they
are also like, we're down here.
I don't know. I don't want to speak for Australians, but they're referred to as the Antipodes,
and the down under.
Yeah, I think they probably have a sense that we're pretty far away from our allies, our center of cultural reference and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because the rest of their hemisphere and all of that is like
Asian.
Yeah. It's quite different from what Australia is.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Because it's a bunch of, it's a colonized land. Those are not.
So I guess it's bigger. But so, because like when people have been talking about the Arctic Circle and Greenland and stuff, they've been showing maps with it front and center. And it's like, okay, it fucks me up. I'm like, okay, so whoa, there's America, like over there. It's not like down. Anyway. I just had
a brief detour
of maps
and understanding.
Yeah. Also, I did not know that they've been under control of Denmark for 300 years, and so this is what's frustrating. In all of my reading about this, there are many different ways that this can be resolved in such that Trump can kind of get appeased and get what he wants. Like first and foremost, we have agreements that were set in 1951 with Greenland, whereby we can increase troops and presence and our presence. That's what I'm saying.
I don't understand. I don't understand what he's after.
So he's like, oh, it's a security thing. Well, then fucking beef it up, dude.
It's been
fine.
I'm going through the same thing I went through with Venezuela, where I'm like, okay, it's the strategic position, and then I'm like, I don't know if this is all about defense. This feels silly. And then it's like, no, it's about the resources. And I'm like, sure, they have a lot of, they have critical metals. There might be oil and
gas.
And I guess with global warming, it's going to be easier to get at those. But at that point, we're going to have bigger fish to fry. Like it's not going to be easy to extract those resources. No. I know there's obviously a couple companies, like I think Critical Metals is one of those companies that's talking about how, we have this big Greenland project coming down the pike. But yeah, none of it.
And to be fair, China and Russia have invested something like $15 billion to develop and figure out what trade routes and shit would look like when and if the Arctic kind of opens up a bit. Which is also funny because part of their whole thing is denying that climate change is even happening. So it's like, okay, so you admit that their things are changing in such a way
Well,
that
I think it's more of a denial that we are speeding it up. I think it's
sure,
more like
sure,
we don't really
that
have to
makes
act
sense.
because sure it's happening, but let's just keep the free market going, baby, and open up some trade routes. There's nothing we can do on that front
because it is strategically in such a place where I guess it's like a middle spot between all of us where it would increase our visibility to potential threats a lot sooner.
Yeah,
so still, just
Greenland
fucking
sits
work
off
with
the
them.
northeastern coast of Canada with more than 2/3 of its territory lying within the Arctic Circle, which has made it crucial to the defense of North America since the Second World War, when the U.S. occupied Greenland to ensure it didn't fall into the hands of Nazi Germany and to protect crucial North Atlantic shipping lanes. And then after the Cold War, it was largely just an area of international cooperation, but now...
And we had 17 military bases during that Cold War, and now we just have one.
They're talking about, yes, these Northwest passages for international trade, and competition between Russia and China.
So according to I believe it was the Wall Street Journal, they were saying that we could also have what's called a compact of free association, similar to what we have with the Marshall Islands, Micronesia, and Palau, which is financial assistance in exchange for security presence. Does it sound familiar? It's like we're already kind of offering that, except they want to buy it outright. So just give them Denmark gives them, they subsidize them by about $1 billion a year, I think. So tack that on and get your security presence and respect their sovereignty or whatever.
And it's not like, I also want to be clear, China and Russia have made their own, they are interested in this Arctic. In 2018, China called themselves a near Arctic state and are talking about how they want more influence in the region and how they're announcing plans for the Polar Silk Road.
There's new fish that we've got to, there's new fish species we've got to wipe out.
Going to be part of their global Belt and Road initiative.
Yeah, Belt and Road.
And Putin has also come out. He's worried. He's been worried about NATO. That's what the whole Ukraine thing is.
Yeah, and that's what
about.
Trump's saying. And after this meeting, he reiterated his position, saying that he's worried China or Russia would just occupy them. So then, fucking show up and back them up. They're a NATO member.
Honestly,
if you're that worried about it happening, it's not like a U.S. presence there is going to be just that much. Well, I guess it would be that much more of a deterrent, but we would have plenty of lead time if they tried to put boots on the ground in Denmark or in Greenland. And then we'd show up and we'd fucking put rocket boosters and machine guns on the 3 dog sleds.
Maybe some bazookas just for old time's sake.
Freaking lasers on the helmets of the dogs, blasting them. We should get the Thing, the alien from the movie, and breed it.
Like the Kurt Russell thing?
Yeah, and because it starts out as a dog, the sled dog.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
Imagine that.
Imagine the Chinese trying to fight that thing.
And they're coming at you in a helicopter trying to shoot the dog. And you're like, damn, they really fucking hate that dog. And they're yelling in Chinese and you can't understand them. That's the beginning of the movie, The Thing, folks.
Well, this is the new movie that we just
The
made.
Thing 2.
The Thing 2. It's Chinese now.
Yeah. And then Danish Minister Lars Løkke Rasmussen said after this meeting, we didn't manage to change the American position. No surprise. It's clear that the president has this wish of conquering Greenland, and we made it very, very clear that this is not in the interest of either Denmark or Greenland. He added that the United States, Denmark, and Greenland would establish a high-level working group to meet in the coming weeks, but declined to give more specifics. And then, as you can imagine, this was probably a very stressful, tense meeting. There's a great photo of these Danish ministers having...
There's video of it. It's beautiful. It's
smoking.
I mean, I don't think a cigarette's ever hit harder than post-Vance Rubio meeting.
Look at this guy. You know those things are Danish.
You just had the worst meeting of your life.
Can you believe this fucking shit?
Jesus Christ, they really might
all of them
invade. God, that cigarette probably hit so hard.
Yeah. These poor guys, dude. What a shitty thing you got to deal with this fucking loony psychopath of a...
I believe that's the leader of Greenland.
Yeah.
I've seen some videos of her getting emotional over what's going on.
By the way, their entire economy is like 80% based on
fish,
shrimp.
Dude.
Yeah,
it's just
shrimp.
all fish. It's fish all the way down.
They want some fish? For breakfast? Okay. Okay, guess what's for lunch?
Is it fish again?
Fish. Yes. You know what's for dinner?
Is it fish? But
Shrimp.
some kind of
With
cold,
shrimp.
It's cold cured.
No, it's just shrimp. And then we'll smoke cigarettes. And then let's get to some of these reactions. First of all, there's been a lot of troops deployed to Greenland. Last week there were the Danish and Greenlandic governments and NATO allies increased military presence and exercise activity in the Arctic and North Atlantic. So that's concerning, I guess. If I were them, I'd be so scared because we could kick their asses if we wanted to. We could beat everybody.
Yeah, obviously, I don't think we said it yet, but I'm sure by the time people are seeing this, they're familiar with the image Donald Trump truth or posted wherever. It's North America there, and it's showing the United States, obviously, but also Canada, and also a lot of people. I don't think they caught Venezuela is also considered a part of. And Greenland.
If you go back to the doc, just above why we want it, that very last thing, Trump truthing this map bullshit. Just the most trolly shit.
But
look at this AI thing of him sitting next to a map where it's all of Canada, all of Greenland, and down there is
you can see Venezuela down there. You can see Greenland. Yeah.
Jesus, dude.
This is their dream. And I mean, he's laid off it, but the beginning of his first term was the big news was him talking about how he's desperate to make Canada the 51st state.
Yeah. What a fucking cocksucker, dude.
I just
all right, so let's play this Canada's new Prime Minister Mark Carney talking about this whole situation.
The future of Greenland is a decision for Greenland and for the Kingdom of Denmark. We are NATO partners with Denmark, and so our full partnership stands. Our obligations on Article 5, Article 2 of NATO stand, and we stand full square behind those.
Not great.
Yeah, and he went on. He was talking also. Do we have that? Of
Here,
him
I have his. Some of his speech from Davos. I'll send it in the chat. I think we should play a little bit of this. Honestly, I urge people to go watch the whole thing. It's just wild. This is forever our closest ally.
Yeah, check this shit. Well, because Canada just signed a massive trade deal with China. They're going to be allowing Chinese
electric
EVs.
vehicles no longer have 100% tariffs. They've lowered it down to 6.1%, which is a massive reduction. And they're going to be bringing in
a huge move by Canada.
Yeah, they're going to be bringing in Chinese EVs to Canada.
They're basically going, hey, this one the biggest world power is bullying us, and China's like, hey, we'll don't let them walk all over you. Partner with us, we'll treat you right. And now,
that's
kind of what it's looking like we could be headed toward.
The electric vehicle thing really made the headlines, but it was part of a larger partnership of there's all kinds of energy and infrastructure agreements and partnerships. So let's see what Mark Carney has to say at Davos.
We knew the story of the international rules-based order was partially false, that the strongest would exempt themselves when convenient. That trade rules were enforced asymmetrically. And we knew that international law applied with varying rigor depending on the identity of the accused or the victim.
Pause it real quick.
This fiction.
It's just kind of crazy to just come out and say that.
Oh yeah, at this event. Where,
keep going.
Was useful. And American hegemony in particular helped provide public goods, open sea lanes, a stable financial system, collective security, and support for frameworks for resolving disputes. So we placed the sign in the window. We participated in the rituals. And we largely avoided calling out the gaps between rhetoric and reality. This bargain no longer works. Let me be direct. We are in the midst of a rupture, not a transition. Over the past 2 decades, a series of crises in finance, health, energy, and geopolitics have laid bare the risks of extreme global integration. But more recently, Great powers have begun using economic integration as weapons. Tariffs as leverage, financial infrastructure as coercion, supply chains as vulnerabilities to be exploited. You cannot live within the lie of mutual benefit through integration when integration becomes the source of your subordination.
That was
Yeah, he's been by far the most
scathing.
forceful leader. There's
yeah, man.
Macron came out, but this is by far the most forceful.
The world is sick of it, and I'm, I've been mocking a lot of people on Twitter.
Not only is the world sick of it, it's very dangerous.
Yeah.
what we're dealing with. I mean, that fucking line that is so pervasive of like, oh, I want my government run like a business, is just, we got it. Everyone's wondering
this is
what's
bad
happening.
business.
No, it's Trump thinking that the government does not operate like a business on purpose. And Trump thinks he can do what he did with Trump International and do all these ridiculous deals and try to bully people into stuff. And if it doesn't work out, you just go bankrupt and try again and restructure stuff. And he has no idea what he's playing with.
That's what I'm saying is even if he's running it like a business, this is bad, but you're going to lose fucking precious customers who ain't coming back, man.
I think more than that. I mean,
Canada's going, hey, buddy, you just lost yourself a customer.
I think he's going to get himself in a very serious situation where with some kind of brink. I mean, we're talking about nuclear powers here. It's terrifying. This is not a casino deal gone bad.
No.
We're talking about 8 allies stationing a bunch of troops
because they don't trust
on
us.
our allied territory. And then our closest ally that shares a border with us being like, yeah, I don't know. I guess we got to start preparing war games because we don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
And it's kind of because we're in this age of something is happening and I know I say nothing ever happens. That's aside from what I'm about to say, which is that we're so inundated with shit all the time. It's unprecedented every fucking day. It loses you lose the gravity of these things that are happening. And what you just said is so historic. And it's hard because it's just it feels just like a fart in the wind.
I know it
with
feels
the
like
media because there's 10 things going on at fucking once.
By the time this comes out, things could either be way worse or this all just dissipates and Trump goes, I'm joking. I've got my attention is because last week it was Iran. Last week we recorded.
Yeah, remember Iran and Venezuela?
Remember Venezuela? So I don't know. Maybe the joke's on me for thinking that this is historic and we're fucking ourselves up.
Well, then there's also something to be said for the algorithms. There's a guy, I forgot his username, but I've been following him on...
This is very real. It is
real.
Of
course.
I'm like convincing myself. I'm like, this is happening.
It is also just wild. This guy is starting a spreadsheet for the year, and every single day he's putting the main topic and like the secondary topics. And the main topics were like ice, then Venezuela, Iran, and now it's been, Greenland. And it's like, God, I wonder what other things are going to be the main topics the rest of the year. And it speaks to, my distrust in Elon Musk and his ability to put his finger on the tip of the scale. And
I also think it's
what we've been programmed.
It's going to happen when it happens. And there's going to be all these little things until the thing actually happens. It's just...
And this is just such bad strategy because if our whole thing is under this guise of security, we are undermining ourselves and we are making ourselves more
of strength.
No, not at all.
It's extremely weak. What we're isolating ourselves.
It strengthens our enemies.
Everything we've done. I mean, that was the joke of like, if you don't think this is funny, just try to picture yourself as someone who is not American centric.
I did appreciate, just speaking of Davos real fast, walking ghoul who's going to go to fucking hell probably, Larry Fink, the multi-billionaire, I think it's BlackRock or Blackstone that he's in charge of.
No one can keep track of him.
Nobody can keep track. Nobody knows the difference, but
Blackwater's the mercenary one. Mm-hmm. Who knows the other ones?
Black guy was the president. He was saying at Davos, he kind of did a little finger wag and was like, "You people are out of touch, and you're dictating things to the rest of the population, none of whom are here or have any say in what we are doing." And I don't know what his ultimate point was, but it was like, all right, that's kind of
just a minor live.
But I'm sure none of them were paying attention.
Just a minor live update from the New York Times.
Oh, great.
1 minute ago, President says, "You'll find out how far I'll go to get Greenland." Oh, cool.
Awesome. And meanwhile, today, our lovely Secretary of the Treasury, Scott Bess, is he the Secretary of the Treasury?
Yes.
Yes. He was urging everybody not to panic because that's his job, is to go out and go, the president says, you better not get pissed off about this. This is actually not a big deal. So let's go ahead and play it.
Well, again, I would say this is the same kind of hysteria that we heard on April 2nd. There was a panic. And what I'm urging everyone here to do is sit back, take a deep breath, and let things play out. As I said on April 2nd, the worst thing countries can do is escalate against the United States. Back then, only one country, China, escalated. We ended up in an unfortunate tit for tat in tariff raises. We ended up at 145, 125. Through President Trump's good relations with Party Chair Xi, we have managed to stabilize that relationship and given great certainty. And as far as your question about the additional tariffs, what President Trump is threatening on Greenland is very different than the other trade deals. So I would urge all countries to stick with their trade deals. We have agreed on them, and it does provide great certainty.
So you're saying to stick with our current trade deals, but this is just a new thing that he's going to toss on top of that, that's surely not going to fuck up those existing trade deals? Got it.
Also telling everyone else to not escalate while you just continually escalate.
Oh, I know.
It's the most
fucking
gaslighting.
insanity.
Getting on TV and saying, "Do not escalate." Go fuck yourself.
It's just such a cop thing, you know? Fucking
don't
get down on the ground,
desist.
you're making me freak out. And it's like, okay, I'm just going to reach for my wallet like you asked me to. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and
do not escalate. Okay, we're pointing a fucking gun at your head, but do not fucking escalate.
And now because they're so obsessed with every tick in the market, Scott Bessent was also saying, actually, all of this market action today is due to Japan's bonds and the way that they're moving and has nothing to do with Greenland.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh,
that's
yeah, sure,
it.
buddy. That's
We're all worried about Japan.
You speak for the entire market, you absolute fucking nincompoop.
Yeah, that's it. I'm watching the news and I'm going, Japan's bonds?
Japan's bonds are freaking out.
That's what I'm worried about.
And remember, part of the whole reason that Trump was freaking out on Jerome Powell last year was because bond interest rates were climbing as bonds were dropping because they move inversely to each other. And guess what's happening now? The bonds yields are going up, and suddenly that's not an issue anymore since we got to do our fucking debt crap. I just hate this, man.
It is a good time to point out Trump will be speaking tomorrow for us, yesterday for you, and I'm sure he'll say something very maybe we'll just leave a little space here for us to throw it in later.
I know that they'd be there for us. They're not there for us on Iceland, that I can tell you. I mean, our stock market took the first dip yesterday because of Iceland. So Iceland's already cost us a lot of money. But that dip is peanuts compared to what it's gone up. And then after the war, which we won it big. Without us, right now you'd all be speaking German and a little Japanese, perhaps. So we want a piece of ice for world protection, and they won't give it. We've never asked for anything else, and we could have kept that piece of land, and we didn't. So they have a choice. You can say yes, and we will be very appreciative, or you can say no, and we will remember.
And that was Trump's speech at Davos. How did you guys like that?
Oh, yeah,
It's really good.
God, I wonder if it's going to be long and rambling and
I think it's really gonna. I think it's gonna ease the tension. I think people are gonna feel good about.
how do you even go off of what he says when then he goes and truths shit that can be very contradicting to what he just said. Like the map thing with the United States flag on the map is not the only thing that he truthed either. There's another one that's AI of him planting a flag in Greenland. Did you see that one?
Yep.
And it says Greenland, a property of the United States. Like, God,
it's
damn,
all just a little
dude.
thing for him to win, though. You know what I mean? He's got his sights set on it, and he just wants to feel like he's won. Maybe there is some deal they work out where, I don't know, Trump gets to feel like he's won. It's all these things. He seems to like not want to get bogged down in a bigger thing. The 12-day war with Iran or whatever. It's like he's very reticent to go full bore. So I don't know. He could end up doing it again, where all of a sudden he's just like swerves at the last second. I don't know.
I'm just so sick of the spineless fucking partisan hacks that are part of the GOP and the Democrats.
Dude, at this point, it's international, man. It's like everyone needs to step up. And
can someone poison him?
Honestly,
like, I know he likes McDonald's, so because it's nobody's gonna poison him, but
at this point there wouldn't even be an investigation. The guy is what's his preferred meal at McDonald's? Like a Big Mac, a Filet-O-Fish, a chicken sandwich, and like
put some fucking rice in there. Coke. Or some, I don't, god damn, man.
We'd all just agree to say natural causes.
Yeah, good God almighty. His head blows up. It just, like you like to say, it just did that. So yeah, the market reacted in a way that I was surprised by. I was spending a lot of time this weekend responding. Well, I shouldn't say I was spending a lot of time doing this, but I responded to quite a few people on Twitter over the last week who were trying to be all doom and gloom, and I was being nothing ever happens, which I still kind of stand by, because we do digest things a lot quicker than ever before. And if this starts to kind of, over the weekend, when this kind of all washes away, what's the next thing going to be? And when everybody kind of forgets about this, what's the next thing going to be? But the market did drop precipitously today. And
how much? About 2%?
I think about 2%. Yeah, let's see. SPY. 2.04%. Yep. But
you think when it's all said and done, that'll end up being a minor blip?
It could be. I mean, it was a big gap down, which is not a good sign. And but there were a lot of names. A lot of what you wouldn't want to see is a lot of the market leaders dropping too, but you didn't see much of that. Intel was up. A lot of shit that I have was up today, which was a nice feeling. Netflix reported earnings today after hours, and they're down like 4%, but who gives a rat fuck? It's Netflix.
They're going to own the whole industry soon enough.
Yeah. I think they're about to up their cash offer too. In fact, let me see. Netflix after hours. Oh, now, yeah, it's still down 4%. But yeah, just transitioning a little bit here to the markets. Man, oh man, there's the Chinese EVs is a big deal. Being in Canada,
I'm curious.
Them partnering with Canada is a big deal.
If we're going to see more of these partnerships in the coming days, especially as this rhetoric ramps up from Trump. I don't know why you wouldn't. There's been a lot of rejection of Chinese investment, even to the detriment of European. They were so loyal to Americans. I believe it was for some kind of like internet infrastructure. The Chinese were going to come in with a much better deal, and they were like, "No, we'll take this slower, more expensive deal because we can't link with China." And I think people are going to start going, "Well, why the fuck would I be loyal in this moment?"
Yeah, no kidding. And especially when anything is bound to happen, you can't build
not only
factories.
Financially, I mean, your own security, your own national security.
Yeah, it's he likes to make these threats and posture, and then when these governments and entities react, he then uses their reaction to justify the threats. And it's just this Ouroboros of.
Well, you're not supposed to escalate.
Yeah, when
We're not asking
yeah, you're
you
right.
to escalate,
I know.
okay? So we act, you say thank you, sir.
Trump is, I mean, it kind of is the emperor wears no clothes. And Trump's walking around with no bottoms on, and people are going, whoa, look at his dick. And he's going, hey, don't you fucking look at my penis. Don't look at it. How dare you? I'm just walking around like every other man. And they're going, no, your dick is out. Your dick, balls, and ass are out, and it's disgusting. That is offensive to me. Stop saying that my dick and balls and ass are out. This is a bad example.
And then he goes to truth and is like, I'm being treated very unfairly.
As you can see, I'm wearing clothes, and it's just his shirt. You only see him from the waist up. They're saying they can see my dick, balls, and ass, but it's not true. And then Ted Cruz is like, I think he's got a very great set of dick, balls, and ass. I don't know why they're complaining. Some people would pay money to see the president's dick, balls, and ass. God, can you imagine how stinky Trump's dick, balls, and ass are?
Why?
I don't know. I'm just thinking about it for a second.
Why are you thinking about him?
I don't know. I was just imagining.
How often do you think about him?
I never do, but you know, after a long day, you take off your clothes to take a shower, and you're like, man, I can just feel how stinky my shit is.
Damn, yo,
Can you
my shit
imagine
stink.
Mr. Diaper Rooney? Have you seen the presidential toilet when he travels?
No. Does it have a bidet?
No. It is a special toilet that has no water in it. It's just like a foil. Google Google president travel toilet. It's just a no.
That's insane that comes up when you Google that.
Because they don't want anybody stealing the president's crap.
What are you talking about?
So that they might learn something about his genome, so that they could manufacture, you know, a deadly poison or something like that. So it's this.
I'm gonna start being very cautious about people getting my poop.
Oh, you gotta be, dude.
Well, what if he's got to take a crap? He's visiting some elementary school. He's not allowed to.
They're
shit
like,
there?
sir, you gotta shit in this special travel bucket
no
toilet.
way.
Where's the damn video of it?
You watched a TikTok and got bad info, I think.
All right, go on. Oh man, presidential travel toilet foil. I don't know, but it's like you drop shit in there, and when you press flush, it just kind of twists. And I think that nope. Jesus Christ. I swear to God, it's real. You have to believe me.
I don't
Please
believe
believe me.
You gotta believe
And
me.
yeah, I mean, maybe it's not true, but I believe it. And anyway, so what do you think's going to happen?
I don't know. This might de-escalate, but I think
they'll come up with a deal. Trump will make it seem like it was his idea. He came out on top. It's a win for the United States. It's a win for the American people. It's a win for Denmark. It's a win for fucking Greenland. And it's probably going to be that thing that the Wall Street Journal was talking about, where it's this kind of pact where we pay them a little bit instead of $700 billion. Now it's like we could pay him $5 billion a year.
either way, I think the damage is done, and
Possibly, yeah.
And yeah, they'll mark it as another win among his many wins, but I think the damage is done. People are still going to, the Trump administration has made clear that it's a lawless administration, and they're just they're operating not in accordance with any norms. It's truly the whims of this guy. He could wake up tomorrow and be like, I don't care about Greenland anymore. That's just what
I'm setting my sights on California. We're going to bring them into the fold. Sir, they are already a state. Make them fuck. Shit. Kick them out and bring them back.
Did you see Newsom talking about the
Oh yeah. He was
telling the European leaders to get off their knees.
Ooh, yeah, I was going to bring knee pads for these Europeans. I mean, hopefully it will force the Europeans to kind of grow a spine and stand up to him. It seems like Macron's trying to, but I don't know. I don't blame them. I'd be paralyzed with like, what the fuck do we do with this?
Yeah, I mean, forever they've latched themselves onto this good deal, and like Mark Carney was talking about, and I think they don't know what to do in this new era.
At least we got whole milk. The war against whole milk is over.
Have you seen the thing everyone's saying about how they thought it was probably they were really pushing for a raw milk campaign, and they were informed that they would have had like a massive fallout from that.
Yeah,
and so they just
I say go for it, dude.
And they were
do
like,
it.
Make it a whole milk campaign. And so now everyone's like, whole milk.
Milk is back with your stupid fucking almond milk and oat milk.
It's not even, they're not even against almond milk. They're against low fat milk. Any like 2%, 1%, whatever skim milk.
Who gives a flying fuck? I hated all those milk ads back in the day.
It's an Obama thing. I think Obama made it so instead
the black one liked milk.
No. I think it was instead of whole milk in schools, he did reduced fat 2% milk or something like that.
Let me be clear.
And he's like,
whole milk is bad.
We're no longer going to have these queer kids in middle school drinking 2% milk.
It must be so nice to be in Trump's inner circle and just be able to manipulate him so easily.
I would say it's probably not as easy. He's such a mercurial guy.
True.
I imagine it's quite stressful. I know everyone says, oh, you just have to like stroke his ego and that's the end of it.
Give him a gift.
But it's probably fucking stressful.
Yeah, it's true.
Like, who knows what he's going to be tweeting? Just the way he flip-flopped on, he's done it with so many people. Mamdani is a perfect example. That meeting of Mamdani. Well,
that's because when he actually sees someone in person, he's chicken shit. And he doesn't follow up. Unless it's Zelensky.
No, I don't think so. I think he genuinely, I think he can be won over. And I think he just, same thing with, he used to be a big Bolsonaro guy. And then Lula was talking to Trump and was just, talking shit about Bolsonaro. And he's like, you like Bolsonaro? The guy who's, always laid up in the hospital, sick with some kind of, raw meat poisoning.
You're right. He sucks shit. He's a loser and he stinks. He smells bad. His breath smells.
And imagine being Marco Rubio and being like, well, shit, if Stephen Miller just starts talking about how, I don't know, I'm part of some Cuban conspiracy, I'm fucked.
I saw Marco Rubio walking around with his dick, balls, and ass out. Everybody saw it.
I mean, they're
what an ugly penis.
They're no different from the I didn't think the leopard would eat my face thing.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, I'm on the inside. All of a sudden, who knows how you can be left out in the cold so easily?
I'm on the outside. I'm looking in. Lastly, just speaking of the EU, man, for a brief moment, I got really nervous because, the futures market opened on Sunday and was down a lot. And I saw a few tweets that were alluding to and suggesting that disclosure is imminent about the existence of aliens. And that's what's happening and what's going to happen, because these tweets were fucking getting tons of hits.
Aliens confirmed.
Because they're if you click the Bank of England, and the headline was the Bank of England is preparing for disclosure by the Trump administration. Look, here's the article. Because they're assuming that people don't have either they themselves don't have critical thinking skills and good reading comprehension, or they assume that others don't. But I clicked the article, and it is very recent. It was published on Friday. But the headline is, Bank of England must plan for financial crisis sparked by aliens. A former analyst at the central bank has urged Governor Andrew Bailey to put contingencies in place to prevent collapse if alien life is confirmed. So it's basically just these guys, you know how when you read, if you've ever had a contract, the lawyers do be like,
and if Jesus Christ comes back, we don't owe you anything.
Or a warranty can be like, this doesn't cover against weather and acts of God and something through in perpetuity throughout the universe. It's just language that just fucking in case.
If a snowstorm happens in Miami and they get 3 feet of snow, we're fine.
I always thought the act of God thing was interesting. And I remember asking someone about it when I was a teenager, because I had a warranty on a CD player and it said, oh, this doesn't cover acts of God. I'm like, what would an act of God be? And my mom was like, I don't know, a gust of wind causing it to drop. That enables the manufacturer to say that counts as an act of God.
Or the devil comes and steals your CD player.
They don't say act of the devil. They should call it an act of the devil.
Well, he was an angel.
That is true. What was his name?
I don't remember. Lucifer?
Lucifer? Lucifer! Beelzebub! Satan! You know that song?
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome, dude. And they just list the names. All his names. Can you imagine?
It's got to be so cool.
That would be my intro song if I were a Major League Baseball pitcher.
That would be scary as hell.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't that be fucking cool?
You know what? I don't even want to say it because I'm sure Phil will be back on at some point. We should just have him do it. But he always had the funniest bit about if he was a UFC fighter, he would come out to Happy Birthday and he would do this very good like he'd be like shadow boxing, come like Happy Birthday. It was so funny. And he was doing the jumps, like you know how sometimes they do the jump and pull
yeah.
Next time Phil's on, I'll have him do the UFC fighter coming out to Happy Birthday.
But just in case, if you've made it this far, first of all, you're an absolute freak and we adore you. But if you've seen those headlines about like, whoa, the Bank of England is preparing, this is that type of shit that Ian, the guy who's good friends with Candace Owens, he's got the mustache, who's like, Mr. like, check this out. I read this and you're going to want to see this. This is the type of shit that fools him.
I actually don't know who that is. But
oh, you're so lucky. He's just a fucking moron.
I'm not familiar with the Candace Owens
Ian Carroll, that's his name.
Extended universe.
But did you see her latest shit that she's like Charlie Kirk might have been a time traveler kind of shit?
I saw some shit. I was like, I can't
even. Yeah.
You know,
she's so pretty and so stupid.
Those are always a. Is she stupid or is she taking advantage of everyone?
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. Is she stupid or is she evil? I would say evil because taking
she's probably
advantage,
making a lot of money.
so much money,
which is so crazy.
I know, but don't worry, there aren't aliens coming imminently. And it's also funny. This new Steven Spielberg movie coming out this summer.
Dude, that movie looks. There's something.
It looks like
movie.
It looks terrible to me. But also, people are like, they're prepping us, they're preparing us, they're like, and I'm like, brother, there have been so many fucking alien movies over the decades.
Yeah, why this one?
It's because people are stupid and they're just so fucking dumb, man. Ugh, I hate this trailer. Emily Blunt looking like.
But it looks so weirdly filmed. It just looks something. What's it called? Uncanny Valley or something. Something just looks off.
No, don't play the trailer. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it. So aliens aren't. Don't worry. They're just planning. They probably also have contingencies for if it starts raining. It starts raining men.
Now that's a contingency.
Hallelujah.
I'm planning for.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
What a song.
Ooh. I would love Cloudy with a Chance of 5'9" Latinos. Skinny Twinkie Latinos.
You know what we also have to talk about you saw the Robin performance on Stephen Colbert?
No.
Oh. Okay, we're going to the bonus.
Gay icon Robin. Okay, we're going to the bonus.
Yeah,
where can they find it? BenandEmilShow.com?
BenandEmilShow.com. I got to show Ben the Robin.
Okay. I love Robin.
We all loved Robin. I don't know what's going on with Robin, but we'll be talking about it.
So, hey, anybody out there listening or watching live in Greenland, give us a shout. Or if you're Danish and you live in Denmark, give us a shout. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, please give us a shout. Maybe we'll somehow zoom you in or something. We need some boots on the ground.
Yeah, and don't lie. Don't say that you are, but you aren't. Okay. Okay. Love you. Bye.
Coming up on this week's episode of BenandEmilShow.com.
15 hours a week managing. Now, the reason why I'm showing you all this is simple. If I can become one of the only
pause
few-
it. It's so weird
It
though, because they're
appeals
like,
to their base instincts. You want to drive a Lambo? I only work 15 hours a week and I make a ton of money.
I know,
Boom.
but they're like simultaneously like, I'm a workaholic, all I do is business, and they're like, it's actually 15 hours a week.
Yeah, what the fuck?
They're like, yo, I actually don't hang out with women. I only work for 15 hours a week. The rest of the time, I'm having my boys take pictures of me in Miami.
Yeah.
Why, you've never
child
been in,
endangerment.
You've never
a
been
child
in an
dying.
ER?
What?
You've never been in an ER?
I've been in an ER.
Or you never worked in ER?
No.
You know what kind of shit you see in a day?
But my neighbor who's an ER, well, she's
Wait,
now.
does it happen on New Year's Day, or did I make that up?
No, it doesn't happen on New Year's Day.
Must be thinking of Los Años Nuevos.
There's a racist white guy. There's a gun control. There's a gun thing. It really is.
Is it New York City?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Hence the
that'll
pit.
run the gamut.
That what?
That'll run the gamut.
That'll run the gamut. Yeah, a lot of things happen in
You'll
Pittsburgh.
see a lot of things in Pittsburgh. You got all kinds of guys in Pittsburgh.
There's all sorts of things going on in parts of the country that we don't even think about.
That's what's so crazy. I was thinking about it basically with this whole thing we were talking about in the main episode of just like, there's so many different kinds of Americans. It's so weird.
Yeah.
We're all just like locked in this fucking
There's
country
one
together.
correct kind.
What's that?
We all
What's
know.
the correct kind
We
of
all know.
American?
We all
Describe him.
We all know.
Describe him.
White Anglo-Saxon, Christian, God-fearing, straight, virgin, man. Stamp it, sign it, seal it, deliver it. From my mouth to
To your
God's
butthole.
ears, to your butthole, to your dick. Man, dude, so part of what we were gonna talk about, speaking of that, what I just did,